Hello and welcome back. It is now November and the weather is just getting perfect for some DIYs. On today's episode, I will be revamping this coffee table. I received her from my neighbors about 2.5 years ago. As you can see, she is in dire need of some TLC. She is rusted and the wood is coming off in parts of it. She just needs a total makeover. So I know this is a very popular design and style that we have been seeing lately. It's called terrazzo. And I may or may not be giving out my age because it's a very popular style from the 80s. I went to my local restore Habitat for Humanity and found different tiles in the colors that I was needing. I had help from my two younger kids in peeling off this old wood. I'm guessing it was plywood just because it came off in one swift roll. Cleaned it up just a little bit, took some of the dust off, and they got to breaking up the tile pieces. They really did enjoy this part. Please don't judge me. They're not wearing shoes or safety goggles, but we did use the towel to kind of prevent some of that tile from hitting their eyes or anything like that. While they were breaking up the tile pieces, I began putting some of the tile adhesive with a little metal scraper. I began by placing the larger chunks of tile and then surrounding them by smaller pieces in alternating colors. So they helped with a little bit. Then I was down to only one child. We did about 90% of the table, so we will be continuing this project tomorrow, and we will also be adding the final top layer of grout. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the edges for now. We'll find out here in the future. It is now day 2. We're going to be applying the sanded grout to it. I used a rubber float, some Caracolor sanded grout in the color white. I was going to use gloves to mix, but I found they're a little bit bulky for me. For this, I poured some of the sanded grout into a shoe bin, which I used as my mixing bowl. I then added just a little bit of water to it. I used this little hard plastic spatula. I think it came from a sushi making kit. It was perfect. I was going to donate it, and I figured I'll just use this to mix my grout. The consistency you're looking for in this grout is almost like a thick pancake batter. You want it to be able to stick onto your spatula when you flip it upside down. I made this one a little bit more on the thinner side so it could actually reach all in between these large gaps. Using your rubber float, you spread out all of the grout into all the little cracks and crevices, making sure that you are not pushing down too hard, or else you will risk tearing up the rubber on the bottom of this float. The edges of these are kind of sharp, and just keep spreading. I had to make another mixture of grout because I didn't make enough the first time. My original plan was to maybe cut tiles very thinly and place them on the edge there, but then I decided that would be a bad idea just in case they'd pop off or something. Instead, what I did was bring the grout down towards the edges and kind of smooth it out a little bit to kind of create a curve along of the table. You're going to let your grout set for about 15 to 20 minutes, just enough for it to kind of harden down in between. Then you will use your sponge. Honestly, I think this is a Dollar Tree car wash sponge. You will start wiping off the grout on top of the tiles. I did wet the sponge down with this little orange bucket you see on this corner, and then squeezed as much water out of the sponge as I could. Then just keep rubbing all of that sponge over those tiles to clean it up. Rinse your sponge very often. Here it is. all done. Please excuse my always working in the dark videos because I work best in the evenings. Also, this time change, it got here dark at 5 p.m.